are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. Before we jump into the video, I do want to let you know I do have two ways to donate to my channel since I take no revenue from ads or anything like that. I'm not big enough to get the YouTube money yet, so if you do want to support me, I would greatly appreciate it. I have a Ko-fi account and a Patreon account. Patreon, of course, month to month, and the Ko-fi also can work month to month, but it also does one-time donations or smaller donations if you wish. But before you think of donating, don't put yourself in dire straits just because you want to donate. Things are tough enough out there. I don't want people to suffer just to give me a little funding. But if you can't afford it and you want to donate, then that's fine. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that said, let's jump back into the video. Today we are looking at Representative Brett Guthrie, who is the representative for the 2nd District of Kentucky, which captures Bowling Green and is just south of Louisville and southwest of Frankfort. He is a Republican, and before he took office, he was preceded in office by Ron Lewis. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who Brett Guthrie is as an individual. He was born in Florence, Alabama on February the 18th, 1964. Graduated from Bradshaw High School in Florence, Alabama in 1982. Earned a Bachelor of Science from the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York in 1987. Earned an MPPM from Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut in 1997. Was a member of the United States Army 1987 to 1990. Member of the United States Army Reserve 1990 to 2002. Has been a business executive. Member of the Kentucky State Senate 1999 to 2008. Before being elected as a Republican to the 111th and 8th following Congresses. So he is in his 9th term. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Energy and Commerce, of which he is chairman, and thus he is on the subcommittees for that committee: Commerce, Manufacturing and Trade, the Subcommittee on Communications and Technology, the Subcommittee on Health, the Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations, the Subcommittee on Energy, and the Subcommittee on Environment. Now, let's go ahead and look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have New York Cancer and Blood Specialists. And from what I can tell, they are in Flushing, New York, but I'm sure they probably got other locations across the state since it just says New York, unless it's specifically meant for the New York City area. They specifically deal with issues of cancer and blood illnesses. Altogether, they have donated $78,724, and once again, that's New York Cancer and Blood Specialist. Next, at number 2, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and their full name being the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association. They are a U.S.-based federation with 33 independent and locally operated Blue Cross Blue Shield America companies that provide health insurance to more than 150 million people in the U.S. as of 2022. It was formed from a merger in 1982 of the two namesake organizations, Blue Cross, which was founded in 1929 and became the Blue Cross Association in 1960, and Blue Shield, which emerged in 1939 and became the Blue Shield Association in 1948. It is headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. It claims to control access to the Blue Cross and Blue Shield trademarks and names across the U.S. and more than 170 other countries, which it then licenses to the affiliated companies for specific exclusive geographical service areas. It has affiliated plans in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and licenses offering plans to several foreign countries, and also participates in the nationwide health insurance program for employees of the United States federal government. Altogether, it has donated $43,500, and once again, that's Blue Cross Blue Shield. Next, at number 3, we have Eli Lilly and Company, and they now do business as Lilly and are an American pharmaceutical company headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, with offices in 18 countries that produce and has products sold in approximately 125 countries. It was founded in 1876 by Eli Lilly, a pharmaceutical chemist and Union Army veteran during the American Civil War, for whom the company was later named. It is ranked 4th on the list of the largest biomedical companies by revenue and is the most valuable pharmaceutical company worldwide. It is ranked 100th on the Fortune 500 list and 138th on the Forbes Global 2000. In November 2025, it reached $1 trillion market capitalization, the first healthcare company to do so worldwide. Its primary products are tirzepatide, sold as Mounjaro, and Zepbound for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, weight loss, and obstructive sleep apnea, of which makes up 37% of its 2024 revenues. Abemaciclib, also sold as Verzenio for the treatment of advanced or metastatic breast cancers, which makes up 12% of its 2024 revenues. Dulaglutide, sold as Trulicity for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, and made up 12% of its 2024 revenues. Izumab, sold as Taltz for the treatment of autoimmune disease, which makes up 7% of its 2024 revenues. Empagliflozin, sold as Jardiance for the treatment of type 2 diabetes and made up 7% of the 2024 revenues. Insulin Lispro, known as Humalog, and it is a modified type of medical insulin, which made up 5% of the 2024 revenues. Ramucirumab, sold as Cyramza, a fully human monoclonal antibody used for the treatment of cancer, which made up 2% of its 2024 revenues. Baricitinib, sold as Olumiant, which is an immunomodulatory medication used in the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, alopecia areata, and COVID-19, making up 2% of the 2024 revenues. Insulin, sold as Humulin to treat high blood glucose, making up 2% of 2024 revenues. And galcanezumab, sold as Emgality, a humanized monoclonal antibody used for prevention of migraines, which made up 2% of 2024 revenues. In 2024, 67% of the company's revenue came from the United States. Eli Lilly was the first company to mass produce both the polio vaccine, developed in 1955 by Jonas Salk, and insulin, and was the first pharmaceutical company to produce human insulin using recombinant DNA, including Humulin insulin medication and Humalog insulin Lispro, and the first approved biosimilar insulin product in the U.S. Basaglar insulin glargine. It achieved commercial success with major depressive disorder drugs, Prozac, generic fluoxetine in 1986, Cymbalta, generic duloxetine in 2004, and its antipsychotic medication, Zyprexa, generic olanzapine, in 1996, all of which are now off patent and are manufactured by others as generic drugs. Let's see. But yeah, officially, but altogether, it has donated $29,900, and once again, that's Eli Lilly and Company. Next, at number 4, we have Amgen Incorporated, which is an American multinational pharmaceutical company headquartered in Thousand Oaks, California, that is ranked 18th on the list of the largest biomedical companies by revenue, and the name Amgen is a portmanteau of the company's original name, Applied Molecular Genetics. Its major products are Prolia and Xgeva, also generic being denosumab for treatment of osteoporosis and bone diseases, $6.7 billion in the total 2024 revenues. Enbrel, generic being etanercept for treatment of autoimmune diseases, making up $3.3 billion in 2024 revenues. Repatha, generic being evolocumab for the treatment of hyperlipidemia, making up $2.3 billion in 2024 revenues. Otezla, generic being apremilast for treatment of psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, which made up $2.1 billion in 2024 revenues. Tepezza, generic being teprotumumab, to treat Graves' ophthalmology, which made up $1.8 billion in 2024 revenues. Evenity, generic being romosozumab, to treat osteoporosis, making up $1.5 billion in 2024 revenues. Kyprolis, generic being carfilzomib, to treat cancer, making up $1.5 billion of 2024 revenues. Nplate, generic being romiplostim, to regulate platelet production, making up $1.4 billion in 2024 revenues. And Aranesp, generic being darbepoetin alpha, to stimulate erythropoiesis or poiesis, making up $1.3 billion in 2024 revenues. The company is ranked 134th on the Fortune 500 and 202nd on the Fortune Global 2000. Let's see. It was founded in 1980, and altogether it has donated $26,000, and once again, that's Amgen Incorporated. Finally, in fifth, we have the American Podiatric Medical Association, which is a professional medical organization representing doctors of podiatric medicine, podiatrists within the United States, and was founded in 1912 and is headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland. Approximately 80% of podiatrists in the U.S. are members of the APMA, and under the APMA, there are 53 component societies in individual states and other jurisdictions, as well as 21 affiliated and related societies. Doctors of podiatric medicine are physicians and surgeons who practice on the lower extremities, primarily on the foot, ankle, and lower leg. The preparatory education of most DPMs includes 4 years of undergraduate work, followed by 4 years in an accredited podiatric medical school, followed by a residency of 3 to 4 years. After residency, podiatric physicians may choose to pursue further education through fellowships in any subspecialty of podiatric medicine, and its Council on Podiatric Medical Education is the body designated by the U.S. Department of Education to accredit the nation's podiatric medical schools. In addition, the Council has the responsibility to approve residency programs and continuing medical education programs, and recognizes certifying boards within podiatric medicine which meet its standards. The official journal of the APMA is the Journal of American Podiatric Medical Association, established in 1907. Altogether, it has donated $25,000, and once again, that's the American Podiatric Medical Association. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have pharmaceuticals and health products, who altogether have donated $640,745. Next at number 2 is health professionals, who altogether have donated $624,845. Next at number 3 is lobbyists, who altogether have donated $323,300. Next at number 4, we have health services, HMOs, who altogether have donated $276,799. And in 5th, we have hospitals, nursing homes, who altogether have donated $138,811. Now let's look at the donors at a glance. New York Cancer and Blood Specialist. Okay, good. I mean, you can't really say anything bad about that. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Boo! Suck. I've made it known how I feel about insurance, and Blue Cross Blue Shield's probably one of the largest monsters in that field. Eli Lilly and Company. Ooh, I would give it a worst ranking, but some of its products, like insulin and the polio vaccine, have been instrumental. But where it's so huge and monstrous and greedy, I can't give it any better. Amgen Incorporated, it's still pretty bad, almost like Eli Lilly, but I give it just a notch above. The American Podiatric Medical Association, fine, okay. I mean, you need podiatrists. It's definitely something that's needed. Industry-wise, pharmaceuticals and health products. Fine. Yes, we need the health products and stuff, the pharmaceuticals. But so many of these drug companies are so greedy. Health professionals, good, great. Lobbyists, boo, suck. Health services, HMOs, fine. And hospitals, nursing homes, okay, good. I mean, it's something you need as well. I'm not as big on health services, HMOs, because honestly, there should be a free service for our health care in America, seeing as we were the only goddamn fucking first world nation without free health care. And people are dying over this capitalist bullshit. But, other than that, I'm going to say his donors are okay, leaning negative. Kind of in the middle, but it leans to the bad side because you do have some monsters in here. But a lot of them are things we also do need and stuff. But this has been a look at Representative Brett Guthrie, who is the representative for the 2nd District of Kentucky. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. And it can't just be random tinfoil hat sources or what they think is proper information. It needs to be verified, truthful information. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.